NFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Tampa Bay. It's the Bears and the Bucs, and it's all up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Today, we have an NFC fighting storm between the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hello to everyone watching. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And in a while, we're going to find out the answer to a question that fans have been asking for nearly half a year at this point. Who is going to represent this conference in the Super Bowl?
All of these coaches and players preach all season long, never look ahead. You can't do it, right? You got to focus so much on the present.
The Hallis Trophy and a date at the Super Bowl await one of these teams as we begin the NFC Championship game. Good looking return here, and he's got room. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
2nd and 3 now. Pistol now for Mahomes. Finds a seam down the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Chicago first down. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Mahomes trying to get here on 2nd and 10. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Hubbard goes up and over for the touchdown. The Bears finish up an excellent opening series. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
To return, here's Raheem Mostert. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Escapes the pocket. Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down, but where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their 2nd drive. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early, and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds. From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10, it's Hubbard. Into the secondary past the 40. And they'll finally get him at the 35-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he drives this forward to the 6. An even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal. Trying to get outside with Hubbard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness.
And in for the Chicago touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Israel Abani-Kanda on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Trying down the middle with Henry. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tackled on the play by Taylor Rapp. 6 yards the pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Nix from the gun. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Has his man. It's Addison. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Nix looking to throw. That's caught in stride by Addison. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump. And, well, they got one of them to move that time. Davis makes the play along the sideline. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
One after by Folk is up and good. And the Buccaneers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Dortch now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here come the Bears back out on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. To the air, Mahomes. He's got Smith. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They have 3rd and 4 to start out. Back to throw Mahomes. He'll have the first down and even more. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Taken in by Smith. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears take a 13-point lead. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears double their lead to 14. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's Abanikanda on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. And Brock, they are really struggling to get their feet under them in the first half. They've got to find some resiliency, really stabilize things here in the postseason. Pass is caught by Addison. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Curtis Samuel's there for the catch. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. It's Henry on the counter. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Nick Snad, a throw. He's got him. That's Addison. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Henry's going to try to pick it up. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. The Bears and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be Bears football. Mahomes on 1st and 10. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That's incomplete left side. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Pressure coming from Mahomes. Completed left side to Smith. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Brought down by Quay Walker. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Here's 2nd and 14. Throw secured by Brandon Cooks. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. The Buccaneers add another DB. 3rd down coming up. Pistol now for Mahomes. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Will Lutz on to attempt the field goal. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Mostert on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Here come the Bucs on offense now. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Pickup of 6, and now they've got 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That's caught for the 1st. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Nix from the gun. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They'll throw again. Nix. Completed to Davis. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. And it's the Buccaneers with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 17. Has it at the 7. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here's Nix. He's got it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Henry. And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers chop some of the lead off before the half. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Folk on now to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Cordero Patterson now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. This finds Smith. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. All right, back to the ground game here. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. That's halftime. Only 2 quarters standing between one of these teams and the NFC spot in the Super Bowl. Now we'll keep it in state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
To the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the New England Patriots matching up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was the running back, Chuba Hubbard, who put together a solid first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Here's Abanikanda on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Buccaneers getting their offense set to go to begin the 3rd. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. So with a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. Shotgun handoff for Mostert. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. To throw, here's Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has his man. It's Addison. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Kid, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
Escapes the pocket. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another.
And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Folk on now to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Dortch now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bears and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Quincy Williams making the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate 1st down following that encroachment flag. Running it after the penalty. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. He has the first over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Hubbard hauls it in. Jukes one defender. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Hubbard quick on the draw. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass, and they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
He'll get this one to Brown. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Cooks. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Hubbard trying this up the gut. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Here's Mahomes now. Chased out to his right, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it'll be 3rd and goal. Mahomes. Dumped off to his running back. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on 3rd down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Mostert on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Buccaneers and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept...
Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up third down. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Buccaneers out and into punt formation. Jake Bailey's going to kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Punt meets him at the 28. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And they're going to take over possession. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Up the middle, Hubbard. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Hubbard again. Past midfield to the 45. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. The give to Patterson out of the shotgun. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. Looking to throw Mahomes. Brought in right side. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. It's Bears football. They just need to close this quarter out, and they're on to the next round. Here comes Will Lutz, a lot riding on this field goal try. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Here's Abanikanda on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he's stopped. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 36. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down. Nix from the gun. That's caught for the first. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, That takes just a different level of connectedness.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, Henry. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to them and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Forget that it was 4th down, Brock. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup, and it gets them the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Davis there to grab it. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 12-yard line.
They'll throw again. Nix. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a 6-yard gain that sets up 1st and goal.
That's another Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Shotgun snap to Nix. And that one's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. Blitz coming. Nix. On the move. Headed right. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. It's a Bo Nix touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Dortch now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes has a man. It's Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. They run again with Hubbard. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds a seam down the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. To the air, Mahomes. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears push this to an 8-point game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. That one right down the middle. And the Bears push the lead to 2 scores now. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Mostert on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
That's into the hands of Mostert. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motioning right. Nix with it on 1st. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. Finds him over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3rd and just 2 to go. Now Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Throwing it again here. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. So that brings up 2nd down. He'll throw it yet again. That one's incomplete over the middle. Jordan Addison, the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Here's Nix. That's cut at the 4. tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. First down from the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Sending the tight end in motion left. Nix from the gun. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
3rd and goal. Here's Nix. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. This is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bears back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Pistol now for Mahomes. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's a give to Hubbard. And it's a gain of 5 as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Hubbard on the give. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. So now here's 3rd and 5. Back to throw it. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. It actually loses yards. And after the punt, the offense comes out onto the field. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motioning left. Setting up to pass. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. Here he is to throw. Henry on the catch. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Back to throw. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he'll get it up to the 44. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Denzel Ward makes the play.
You know, one of the beauties of the game of football is it never sits still. It's constantly adapting. And that nickel defense right there, critical in taking the ball away. And when you think about nickel defense, you think about Rondé Barber, won the Hall of Fame in the summer of 2023, really revolutionizing the position of the nickelback. That nickel defender and that nickel defense, critical in that takeaway we just saw.
The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
You know, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours. This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Bears take this one on the road. And one last huge step has been taken, partner, as they claim that George Halas Trophy as NFC champions. And now just one step and one trophy remain. 2 weeks from now when they take the field in the Super Bowl. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.